The Neon Ghost Show.
Are you ready?
In the 2024 packs, what is the most sought after UFC card?
Oh, in 2024, Shavkat was big in 24. And I say that too because I have a red hexagon out of 5 redemption. Um, John Jones was big. It's tough because Dana White has autos in there now as well.
Oh
So
yeah,
like
good
he's
call.
doing autos with like Bruce Buffer. They have dual autos, things like that. Those are some of the bigger ones out there. 25 is when it starts to get just kind of crazy with Hamzat Chimaev and UFC. Unfortunately, is like if you're champion, like when that comes out, everybody wants your cards. Like Sean O'Malley is falling off. I pulled
Yeah.
his auto. It was $60. When I pulled his auto, I was like, "Oh, it's an on card auto of Sean O'Malley, $60." I'm like, what? So, I mean, it's tough because Marab just losing. Like, who's collecting Peter Yan? Nobody's
Yeah,
collecting Peter Yan out there,
fair,
right?
fair.
But now all of a sudden, this guy wipes the floor with Marab. Peter Yan doesn't have a ton of autos out there, though. So it's 24. Yeah, man, 24 is just interesting class. I think. Oh man, I'm like Amanda Nunes is fighting her for the she's the
Oh,
champion.
coming up too.
Kayla,
Damn, I can't think of
Kayla
her name.
Harris.
Yes,
Yeah,
there you go.
Kayla Harris. So 24, she was really big in UFC because she had autos in there in 24. So that we were buying a lot of her stuff too.
I feel it, and again, it's weird where like I got a couple Conor McGregor's, thinking, oh well, this is gonna be, and then when you go look at us, what have we just fallen off the Conor train? Whereas my brain goes, man, if I
Yeah,
had this card like 3 years ago, like damn, and like so it's
I
weird to me
know.
when like what you're saying of like it just goes like this, and all of a sudden it's just nothing.
Or Izzy. Izzy was huge back then. After he did the Undertaker entrance, his cards shot up. Incredible. And same as Pereira. Pereira, monster cards, loses nothing, goes out there and flatlines Yuri, spike again. All of his cards. It's just because they're not true collectors getting us the flippers that want, and they want to make that money, so they're trying to. It's the pump and dump with it.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah,
I got a. Well, let me see if I get this right because I've been studying. An Alex Piera Nightfall Midnight Moonbeam.
you
I
got it
think
from
it's
from Topps Midnight.
yeah, and it says midnight. It says Nightfall, and then because of the different variations, the one I have is Moonbeam. I think that's the
Yeah,
base of these. But I've noticed in just the 2 or 3 months that I've had that card, what is it? It's there's a website. I think it's Sports Card Collector or something like that. But they have like a. It almost looks like stocks graph of,
yeah,
and so like I've saw and it what you just said, like it goes here and then it dips and then it comes out. I'm like, how is that? Wait, he's still Alex Pierre. Calm down, guys.
I know. He's still going to fight John Jones at the White House, and that's the thing too, right? So looking towards the future with those cards, excuse me, collecting like John Jones right now, in my opinion, the GOAT. You collect him, Herrera, they go to the White House and they actually fight. You sell right before that fight. You sell them both because Jones loses. Holy crap! Was he not the GOAT? Is he not? Pereira wins. Holy crap! I mean, that's next level stardom for that guy. Even though he's super popular already,
Yeah.
that's still massive for it.
And that would be the gamble you're saying, because one would think, oh, I'm going to hold on to my Alex Pierre because if he wins, it's worth more. But then if he loses, it's worth less. So that would be, hey, right before that fight, if you want to sell it then because,
Yeah, I think the days of us for UFC in particular, I think the days of us like remembering the past of these fighters, the new generation of people who are watching it are gone. Because when people say like, who's like the goats right now, and I'm like, man, well, GSP, obviously
100%.
GSP to me goat, and they're like, well, really, Kamaru Usman. I'm like, are you?
Yeah,
Are
get
you?
out of here.
Wait a second,
Yeah.
what? Like, what are we talking about the same like MMA, right? So I think that people are like they forget about that. It's like GSP cards don't hold the weight that they truthfully should.
Yeah.
You know, it's bonkers to me with it, but I get it. It's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. I think
You
it's
know,
so I have this thing when I ask someone their favorite fighter, their favorite movie, their favorite team. I have a thing I call the Michael Jordan, Joe Montana rule. They're the greatest to do it in their sport. Like no one's arguing that. Let's say of our age, no one's arguing. I ask you who's your favorite football player. You don't have to say Joe Montana. He's it can be
right?
Tom Brady, it can be anybody else, but they're here. So when I talk, and I talk to fighters stuff all the time, like
Yeah,
everyone can agree, like we're not going to argue. For you, John Jones is the GOAT. For me, GSP is the GOAT. But I'm not going to argue with you if you say John Jones. Makes sense, completely fine. But you
yeah,
say Kamaru Usman, hold on, we got to have a talk real quick.
right,
You
yeah,
know who GSP is. Have you heard of Chuck Liddell? Let me school you, because what
right.
you're saying, a lot of the people, and I think COVID helps attach this to the UFC too, of being the only sport during COVID where a lot of people were jumping on that bandwagon. Whereas the old heads like you and me, who I remember the Chuck and Tito feud, like you guys are talking about feuds happening now. Hold on. These guys all learned from this. And that's the thing that bugs me too, is when people don't know the history of these guys wouldn't be here if these guys weren't here.
But I just had this conversation with somebody the other day when they're talking about rivalries and stuff. With all that, speaking of MMA, and I said, you guys look at the GSP Matt Hughes. GSP went in there so like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for letting me fight you. Loses to Matt Hughes. Goes in there the next one. He's like, I'm gonna demolish Matt Hughes, and a completely different fight. And then there's just the levels and the respect and difference with it. And like it's yeah, man, the times are. I wish more people would understand like how where this came from, and these fighters are insane. And some of the matches too back then were incredible,
Yeah.
incredible compared to nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it always felt like, I also think it's not necessarily, I guess maybe in oversaturation, but with the random Apex fight cards still happening on stuff, it's like you don't even realize, oh wait, there's a fight tonight? Like, hold on. And there's so many times when now we're at a big event and you're like, wait, who's this guy in the co-main event? Oh, he's been around for
I
a minute.
know.
I didn't know. Like, I feel like there's that added aspect as well. But on the other hand of that, like, I'm sure you remember, we all remember watching and excited when The Ultimate Fighter premiered on Spike. Like it was must watch view TV, recorded on the deep, like we're watching all that. And now they just announced they're bringing it back when it comes to Paramount. And I honestly am like, but I love
I
watching
know.
the Contender series. Like
Right.
it's so just this oversaturation of just like there's too much going on. But I also think it's the aspect of not having competition, Bellator being gone, PFL's it like when Bellator was going, it was you're gonna watch Bellator. Michael Venom Page is there, like you're gonna watch when it's at. It's back when we
Right.
were little, when it was WWE and WCW. It made it more fun.
Correct. Right. But think of it this way: like with them bringing back the Ultimate Fighter, I had seen that. Think of what's going on in just the UFC and how it goes is that there's not a lot of superstars. I mean, you have like your Gaethjes and who's going to fight your Paddy Batty and things like that. Who are these? Who's this next set of superstars? Where do these a lot of these older ones came from? Was tough. They
Fair,
came from tough.
fair, fair.
The
Matt
Chris
Serra,
Liebens, right?
yep,
Matt Serra, Chris Lieben. I mean, holy crap!
yeah, fair,
These characters that are created in tough, all of a sudden now we want to buy their cards because I want to follow that dude's career, right?
fair.
UFC has to create that next character, that next person they need to push will come out of tough.
That make
That's
us
what's
want
going
to
to
be
be
invested in them.
100%.
Fair, fair.
That's why we watch. That's why we watch NCAA football. That's why we watch minor league baseball. We want to see them at the start of their careers and where they're going to go to the NFL draft, right? We want to watch tough to see who's going to get that chance for the contract to go to the next one, who's going to be their championship game.
Fair.
And so we're going to follow and do that. And then we all know they're going to capitalize on that and create the cards for it as well.
So you and I have talked, and you're a big wrestling nerd, like I'm a big wrestling nerd.
Oh, yeah, dude. Love
This
it.
Saturday being John Cena's final, does it make you feel old yet?
Dude, this Friday is my birthday. I'll be, I think, 44.
Yep, I'm
And
42.
I remember, yeah, it does. The Attitude Era, everything about it. His retirement match, his last one. I will tell you, I am bummed out. It's against Gunther. I know a lot
100%.
of
I
people
agree.
were very excited about it.
Nope.
I wish that they could have. I know they're scheduling different. Edge could have came back. I thought that would have been dope. Chris Jericho's coming back. I thought that would have been phenomenal to have Y2J come out against him. Anything for nostalgia to say thank you to the older fans too would have been so rad to see. I like that. If you can you imagine this? Probably we're sitting there and all of a sudden you think you know me hits and
Oh, can you imagine, dude? I was at the AEW at Key Arena when AEW was doing that Wrestle
oh I
Dream
got chill.
whatever, and when he
Yeah,
showed and like quit, like
no,
because now we have Dirt Sheets out. Like there was a slight chance. Swear to God, I was wearing my Edge Grit shirt. Like
yeah.
there might be that, and that music came, and we still don't know. And then he came out. Like, but here's my thing. I think, which I agree with you 100%. That should be, but I think for Cena being the diehard, just this is in his blood thing. It is. I think for him, it was a passing of the torch because we grew up, watching it how we watch it, and we know he's losing his last match. Like that's just the customary thing guys do when they're actually retiring. But I think that's why Edge comes back, win or lose. That then Edge he's still on the shelf. He's still either retiring. Like I think John Cena wanting to pass the torch to somebody, which I agree with you. Which coincidentally enough, Garrett, huge wrestling nerd, so much so he barely watches and can tell you he called that it was going to be Gunther before they even. I think we were in
Yeah,
round two. Him and I were texting. I wanted it to be LA Knight. I feel like that dude got a push. He's
yeah.
so good. How many times he's got screwed? I was like, oh, we're going LA Knight. Like, here we go. And then Gunther won. I was like, what? Gunther doesn't need that push. He's already been champ. He had the record for the IC. Like, we're good. So I speculate what they're going to do is they're going to have Cena and Gunther be the first match. So it can have as long as it wants. I think there's going to be some type of shemaz. Something's going to happen. And I think we get the boss, final boss Rock comes out because we still haven't seen, which again, that goes back to the action. We don't really need that, but I feel like that's going to be some type of factor in.
I think so. I mean, I think that they not promoting it beforehand. I think would be really cool. I would definitely like to see him be there. I think The Rock adds a lot to their history, so it'd be a blast to see what's going on with it. The whole writing LA Knight off the off screen right now because they want to build back up his hype again is
We don't need that.
so we
We
don't
don't. He's
need that.
let's go. We're good. Who
I
of
know.
let's say of the last 10 years, who have been the guys that you've been like, that's my guy. Like for me, the best wrestler ever, Michael Jordan rule, Bret Hart. The best wrestling entertainer, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels by far, yeah.
So, but then after that, for me, it was Dolph Ziggler, then Seth Rollins. Like that dude is the next incarceration of Shawn Michaels. So who's for you?
So okay, so it kind of depends for me, right? So if we're talking about like the character that I got behind, that I was screaming out their catchphrases, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
I was watching that match with him and Jake the Snake at King of the Ring, and then to see like the backstory on how he actually won and Triple H was supposed to win, but
yep,
Vince got upset
yep,
with him,
yep.
right? So that whole thing with it, and he's like, Austin 316 just whooped your ass. I was like, Austin 3. I had that shirt. That shirt came out.
We all had that shirt.
Little Rhino's throwing that thing on, man. I'm Austin 316, a can of beer on there.
But see, that's the
Like
same
that
thing
was
I'm saying. Where if you ask someone, they say Stone, you're not going to argue. Someone says, "Oh, Stone Cold's your
no,
all-time favorite," you're going to go, oh, "Okay,
no.
I can have a conversation with you now if that's your all-time favorite."
Right. Yeah. My all-time favorite is Shawn Michaels.
Always.
I feel like he transcended over the years so much from the Rockers to by himself to DX, and then just kept going with it. Right. Like
Coincidentally enough.
to DX, I love it. It's fun, and Dolph Ziggler is just he's great at what he does. Yeah, Dolph was dope. Um, I man, it is tough nowadays because I hate to say like I really enjoy Roman Reigns, but like I like the tribal chief, and I think I might like the story more. I think that might be my problem is that I enjoyed the whole tribal chief story
Agreed.
so flippin' much. Um, it's tough to get around those types of things. I actually tuned in for that every week to see what's going to happen. I thought that was fantastic.
That was a thing for like before he became a Heyman guy in the tribal chief. It was we could as fans we knew they were trying to force him down our throats. They're making it way too obvious. Then the tribal chief thing came around. I was like, hey, this is now more interesting. Then the bloodline this is more interesting. And then
Right.
you know he's winning at this pay-per-view, and he went on that unprecedented run. And at the time, there got a moment when it got a little stale. But
Yes.
now looking back at it, you're like, oh God, that was a moment. That was a moment that's never happening for us wrestling fans again. And how you said, we tuned in all the time.
So I got to ask you, a lot of people have the same one. I was just talking with this about a customer the other day because I'm trying to collect his cards. In the past 5 years, what moment really gave you like goosebumps or like, holy crap, like you put yourself in that moment with you? Is there a big one for you? Because I have a big one. Like I
have one that
again,
like I got pissed off when Lesnar won or stopped the streak. That wasn't needed.
Yeah.
I thought that was dumb. But I think
that's
me,
5 years. That's a while ago. Lesnar took that streak a hot minute ago from Undertaker.
I'm just saying, just in terms of moments that like come right to mind. Like I remember feeling disheartened when that happened, and then when Michaels had the 2 with him, and then Triple H, and dude, that iconic shot of them at the end, Triple H, Shawn Michaels is the ref, and the Undertaker, like you knew as a fan, like, oh, this is over. Like this is the done. My childhood is done in this moment.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the last 5 years, a moment.
Yeah. So
Jey Uso getting the belt. I felt like that for me because I was a fan.
It was fun. What about Bray Wyatt walking out with the lamp?
Yeah.
And and the fireflies. Oh, I just got goosebumps again when that happened in the arena and the rocking chair was going.
Yep.
And he came out like, and he's talking as Bray to everybody, or as Wakandam. Oh my gosh! Like it was.
That's fair.
Phenomenal when he did that. Holy goodness gracious!
Are there Fiend cards out there?
There's autograph. I have an autographed Fiend card. There's Fiend cards. There's autographed Fiend cards. There's a I mean, they're getting more and more and more expensive, but yeah, they are so cool. He signed it, the Fiend. He signed it. Rotundum. I can't pronounce the last name, but yeah, he signed them both ways. But that type of moment for me, that type of storytelling, is why I watched WWE, because I love that stuff. The match with Undertaker and AJ Styles during COVID, when
Phenomenal.
they did it, holy crap, cinematic. I'm on the edge of my seat wondering what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it was rad.
And for me, same with you. It's storytelling. Like, make me believe in this guy. Like, and I don't believe in Gunther. I get the hype behind him, but he's not my guy. But then also, I remember when The Miz showed up, and he was the guy from Real World, and it was like, what? Yep. Whereas now, I won't argue you put The Miz in the Hall of Fame.
The Miz is amazing. Okay, I got one for you. Dirty Dom Mysterio shows up with Rey Mysterio. Hated him. Hated everything about him. Couldn't wrestle. I despised that they were trying to shove him down our throat in the whole storylines. Now I watch Dirty Dom. I'm like, this boy can wrestle. Like, he puts on phenomenal matches. I think his character is he leads that whole pack that he's in right now. Yeah. I think that is great what they're able to do to evolve a lot of it, and that they kind of stuck with him. I think that's a lot of fun. The match they had with John Cena was a blast to watch. I like that kind of stuff. I like seeing what they're doing with it, with them. WWE is doing some solid things right now.
The other thing is now being a dad, as you can say, like watching it with the kiddo, like, and she's a fan. We went to Raw. This was years ago. I think it was before COVID. We were at Raw, and because my guy's Seth Rollins, her guy's Seth Rollins. So it was in one of those commercial breaks, but you know how the venue is. She's legitimately standing up, clapping, yelling, "Burn it down." And then very slowly, crowd around us. Legit, it wraps the whole venue to the point people in our section are turning around, giving her high fives, being like, "You started this, blah, blah." I go to work the next day, and a buddy of mine had taken a photo. He was there too. And I was like, "Hey, where were you?" And he was on the opposite side. And I said, "Hey, did you hear when this Roman?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, it started on the other side." I was like, "Yo, Jovi started that," and I showed him the video, and he was like, "Oh my God, Robbie, we heard it like growing, going, wraps around."
Yeah.
So then our last summer, our father-daughter trip was we went to Cleveland, we went to SummerSlam, and
Oh,
Logan Paul LA. She hates Logan Paul. Logan Paul LA Knight. Logan Paul's coming out. She stands up. "You suck so bad, your hometown hates you." Everyone in our section fucking cheering, high fiving her, like they're just excited.
so rad.
She's not doing that for that attention. She's doing it because as the fan, then also she realizes like, oh shit, now she's all high fiving these people. So to like see that for her is like, yeah, this is what it's about.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I watch it with my young one as well. She, because her name is Piper, so she loves Piper Nibbins.
Yep.
Piper Nibbins comes out. She has a blast watching her with her accent and wrestling, and she enjoys it. It's cool. It builds a bond. I get to see her at her age when I'm watching this stuff.
100%.
And yeah, it's a
100%.
blast.
Yeah. When we were little and you Monday Night Wars, you had to flip back between the channels. Were you WWE guy or WCW guy?
I was WWE all the way
Oh, man.
because I loved Mankind. I
Yeah.
loved Cactus Jack, dude. I loved what they were doing with all of that. But I also watched like with Crush and all those guys back in the day. Like when he went over to WCW, I'm like, dead to me.
Dead
He's
to me.
gone. Like dead to me. Like, NWO was fun. It was fun to watch with it. But I was a loyalist to my WWF, my WWE. Like I was a loyalist to watching those guys. Because eventually I felt like they're always going to come over there. And back then I wasn't going on the internet to check and see what Ted Turner against Vince
Yeah,
McMahon
fair,
was going to
fair.
do that night. It was just cool to see how that played out with it. But yeah, I was WWE all the way.
So
I
how
mean,
are you now
what
with
is that like
AEW?
Murder She Wrote? It was like Murder She Wrote, and then it
Yeah.
was like, and then I trust me, I got the end of Murder She Wrote every single time,
Yep.
and then right into Raw.
Yep.
I don't watch AEW. I can't stand the production.
Same.
I can't stand I feel bad for some of the wrestlers that have to truthfully hurt themselves, like Darby, in order to get an awe. Um, I I like is it MJF? I
Yes.
enjoy his character and what he can do. I don't think it's I think that people like Moxley wanted to bleed, so he goes over there and obviously they want to be able to do their own storytelling, but I also think that Tony Khan is a billionaire who has real life action figures. And
Yes.
to me
Agreed.
it doesn't feel right. Like it doesn't feel like they're telling genuine stories like WWE when Seth Rollins, you know, had knee surgery and they're taking photos of him like walking out with crutches. So dope and believable. And then this sucker comes out and Willy Wonka's us all and drops the
Yeah.
crutches. And I'm like, no
Yeah.
way.
Got all of us. Yeah.
He got all 43 years of me. I'm like, hey, no way he just tricked me. He tricked me. Right? I don't think AEW does that. And I think they're okay with it though. Because I think that they let the wrestlers lead the storylines and you have to have that creative back there of like the Triple H mind that's doing that
Okay.
to tell these stories.
Oh, moment in the last how many years? A couple years ago when Cena or CM Punk came back. Did
Yeah.
not think that was going to happen purposely, like because I knew that was coming, so I wasn't looking at dirt sheets.
Yeah.
Randy Orton comes back. I will put Randy Orton as that. We have our Michael Jordan Mount Rushmore rule.
Go.
Randy Orton is just one notch below
I
that,
know.
and
I
so he
know.
came back like I already popped. Then CM Punk's music hits. Oh, I was off the couch.
Well, and what they and Raw now they're using it a little bit too much. Not Raw, but WWE. And they're using it a little bit too much now, in my opinion, to where they'll show like the credits and they're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, we're done. I'll see you guys later." And all of a sudden, it's like, music
Yeah.
going off. They're using that quite a bit. But when they did that, and then Seth Rollins freaking out, I was like, "Oh man, he really hates this guy."
Yes. Yes. The thing for me is so same with you. I'm a loyal WWE guy. That's never changing. I got a buddy who he likes New Japan, Ring of Honor, and AEW. But kind of like the same thing with cards. We'll trade stories. Or if I'm like, hey man, you have to watch Raw last night, or you got to watch SummerSlam. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Just watch this match. He'll do the same thing with me with AEW. He'll be like, hey, he'll send it to me, on YouTube or something. Just watch this one match, and so then I can keep up with, how you said, the MJS, Hangman, Swerve. Like when it's something like I should know about, I mean, it's out there.
Samoa
I'll find out
Joe,
about it, but I'm not
right?
tuning in and I'm not watching. I can't. Same with you. Like I've tried multiple times and I can't.
Yes. Yeah, I've tried it because I like some of the guys that go there. I love Edge. I love Christian. I love that Christian is able to get back in the ring and do what he wants to do. And he's with Edge again doing the stuff. I just don't think that is doing them any justice to their legacy. I truthfully don't. And I want to remember them in the Brood. I want to remember them like doing things like that. I love that
The
stuff.
5-second pose for your flash photography.
Oh, bro. But that's where WWE screwed up. And Edge had actually came out, Adam Copeland came out and was talking about that he wanted to bring back Gangrel, and Triple H and all those guys are like, no one remembers this guy. No one remembers that stuff. We all remember the Brood. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
How rad was that coming out there? Vampires back then?
Yeah.
Bro, that's why you had Mabel doing what he did, getting all weird demonic and stuff. Come on.
Coming up under the flames. And what was the Undertaker, the Ministry? Like,
yeah.
They had such good, it was just so fun to watch.
A buried alive match?
Yeah.
Like, how rad is that? Kane comes out with Mankind at the end of it. Like, it's just, the storytelling in WWE has always been top notch.
Yep.
And I think WCW, AEW tries like the awe, like the shock and awe with it, I guess. There's blood on the screen. Oh man, we all know they cut their forehead with razors,
Yeah.
It's not a Moxley match now unless he's covered in blood. It's not a Darby match unless you think the kid actually broke his neck.
Dude, he's like, you're a good wrestler, you're in attending, you don't have to do so much.
No. You know who I like? Actually in AEW, I won't hate on them it is Orange Cassidy. With his hands in his pocket. And he kicks. Dude, every time he does that, I'm cracking up. I'm scrolling through TikTok. I see his match. I'm like, I'm gonna watch that. That's hilarious. Yeah, there are certain things about it that I enjoy, but overall, it's even though I know all of their names, because I, much like you with it, like I will learn it because I want to be able to have a conversation with individuals about it. So when we're talking about things, I'm educated enough to have it, like Toni Storm for the women's in AEW.
Yeah.
She's a beast. She's great. But she also should be back in WWE over there because I think that's rad. But yeah, that's WWE through and through.
What bringing it back to cards, what are some of the valuable WWE cards out there right now?
Well, so they're making like higher end boxes now for WWE.
I saw that at that place, like expensive boxes for some cards.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you're gonna get like the Roman Reigns 101. You really want to get like the lower numbered ones, like Roman Reigns and Cena. They all have some ridiculously expensive cards out there. A big one was a tribal chief. Oh, the final boss like autograph card was huge, and it was The Rock in his thing with it when that all started, when it all came out, because it came out when all that was happening. So you were trying to find the final boss, or you're trying to find the tribal chief, and those ones are all crazy expensive.
Nice. What? Oh, you said the final boss. That totally just threw me off. Oh, I don't remember what I was going to say now. Totally didn't think about the final boss till you said that. What really just made my what's the difference when I'm at your shop, right? And there's the pack we opened that has it's a box with 6 packs in it, but then, and let's say like the wrestling one at the collector's places, like let's just say $250, but then there's the box that's this big that has maybe 4 in it and it's $60. Like what are the, I think it's called a blaster or something like that.
Yeah, retail versus hobby. So retail is going to be mega boxes, which are kind of a bigger square, which will have maybe 10 packs in it. And then there'll be a blaster box, which is also retail. And then there's hobby boxes. Hobby boxes have a better opportunity for hit rate than a retail will. So retail blaster boxes are going to be anywhere from between $25 to $50, as to where hobby will be a guaranteed hits inside of it, but they're significantly more money. Like the box that we opened up was guaranteed 2 on-card autos on average, but for $250, as to where you can spend $250 in blaster boxes and hit nothing.
Gotcha. And I pulled
Yeah.
an auto DC out of that one.
You pulled it down in Cormier.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I was reading about why this is a thing, but I want you to explain why do card companies do that in terms of a retail box as opposed to a hobby shop?
Well, I mean, it's I don't know.
I don't know if it's a real thing. I just read that it was because rather than it go to Target, they want people in the hobby shop, so that's why they. Is
it
that not
used to
real?
be that way. It used to be that way, but now it's tougher because there's so much wax out there. There's so much like sealed product out there to get. And they're putting the hits in everything. You can hit a good hit out of a retail box. The
Really?
higher percentage of a hit is in hobby, but there's hits all over. I mean, you see it all over sports cards nonsense and things like that, where people are pulling these $500,000, $2,000 cards out of a Target blaster, right? And then, or they come out with the exclusive Topps basketball. Topps just got the licensing again to basketball after 15 years. They have a Topps basketball box exclusive with Target that has its own parallels in it, that has its own special stuff in it that we don't have. We can't get at a hobby shop. Only Target can sell it. So to say that like they want people to go to hobby shops, they're doing exclusives with big boxes.
But so would you being a hobby shop owner and collector, is that Target exclusive more valuable or less valuable?
Depends on the card that you pull out. That's it. That's all it
Really?
really is. It just depends on the card that you pull out. Um, it's so me personally, like I don't. There's other card shops out there that will go to like Targets and Walmarts and go buy the stuff off the shelf and then sell it in their shop to make a profit. And I don't do that. I let the customers go get their stuff. I stick to the hobby in here, or I order through my distributor the retail when it comes in. So you won't see in my shop, you won't see those Target boxes unless the customer brings them in and wants to trade for like a singles card or something like that. Then
Fair.
I'll buy them from them, but I don't go out of my way to seek them with that. But it just depends on like what card you hit out of. If you hit a Target exclusive parallel, it could be worth more. Yeah. But you
That's
also have
fair.
to think, how many boxes are they producing for Target? I mean,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
producing hundreds and thousands of these boxes for Target.
Fair.
It's
That's
across
fair.
the United States, right?
What is, of all sports, of all cards, what is the holy grail card in the world right now?
Um. Well, I mean, what is the
Like when we were little, there was always the rumors of like the Mickey Mantle rookie card. You know, like that. There was always the lure of that being out there. You'd read about it in a magazine or something. Like, what is a card that is a lure of that in today's card world?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen like the 1952 Mickey Mantle PSA 10s. We've seen those. Boy, I am drawn a blank right now on the it's the tobacco card. I am
What are those?
holy
They're the
crap.
Allen Greater Allen.
Well, Allen, they're inside Allen and Ginter. Allen and Ginter,
What is
they
that?
do have.
What is those? What are those cards?
So the tobacco cards were created a long time ago, and they were put in packs of tobacco, cigarettes, basically. And there would be one card inside of there, and you take it out, and they're just the small cards because they fit inside the pack, and that's where tobacco cards came from. Honus Wagner, that's what it was.
Okay.
So Honus Wagner didn't want to be associated with cigarettes, so they took his card out of the packs. So the Honus Wagner card is one of the grails of all cards. It is millions upon millions of dollars
Wow.
to have that card graded. It's incredible. They have like the old like Gaudy Babe Ruth cards are ridiculously expensive. But I believe like the Honus Wagner is one of the most expensive cards out there right now, like the Grail card.
And the Allen, say it again.
Allen and Ginter.
And they've revamped those because I just saw
Yeah.
releases of, but now they're not in cigarettes anymore. They're in packs, but they're
Yep.
redoing those for the newer sports.
Well, and they've been Allen and Ginter has been doing that for a while. They have tobacco, like we sell little sleeves and we sell little top loaders for the little tobacco cards.
That's awesome.
Um, but they make them all. What's really cool about Allen and Ginter, what they do is they have special cards that are in there. They're called RIP cards. So RIP cards. And what that is you'll get a card within a card. So you'll get one card and it can be numbered, right? So a customer pulled one, and this year they're doing double rips. So both sides of it has a tear thing on it, but it was numbered out of 50. One side had Albert Pujols, the other side I think had like Big Poppy on it, but it was numbered out of 50. He opened it, so he tore it open and opened it up. One side he had a stained glass Ichiro card, a little tobacco,
Oh my God.
and on the other side he got a short print Bobby Witt Jr.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was cool because you gamble with opening it, so you don't know what's going to be in there. You could
Yeah.
open it and just get two base cards, and you just tore open an out of 50 guaranteed numbered card.
Wow. See, that's
Yeah.
again, that adds the allure to it.
It does. That's what makes Alan Ginter special. And one of my best friends, his PC, his prized possession in his personal collection, is a PSA 10 Alan Ginter tobacco card of a corn dog. It's a PSA. It's a perfect tobacco, but it's of a corn dog that Alan Ginter had in their set. It's Alan Ginter said it's wild what they do in there. Last year was dogs and all that different stuff like that. But it's a really cool set. We sold all of our boxes already, except for our blaster boxes. They go fast.
That's awesome. Have they done or will they do a UFC run?
They may put like fighters in there now that Topps has it, but I haven't seen any. Though they do celebrities, they do DJs. They like the 2018 Manny Pacquiao is his rookie card for Alan
Wow.
Ginter, and that's pretty damn valuable. It's a couple $100.
So if you buy a box, it's multi-sport things. Like it's not just baseball, but you can get anything in here.
Yeah, DJ
That's
Khaled's
awesome.
is in this one. There's snowboarders in there. There's farmhouses in there. Like it's pretty wild.
What are they bringing back? We talked earlier, movies and comic cards.
Oh yeah, big time. There's Marvel cards. There's Batman, Superman. They bring back a lot of like the different movies out there. Yeah, all the time. They're doing all of that stuff right now. Non-sports is getting to be huge.
Really?
Like Dune, for instance, Topps Chrome made Dune cards. So like yeah, you saw that it's a whole movie set. People are chasing the collection of those. The bad part about that box is like Zendaya that's in it. She doesn't sign, even though she's a main character. She doesn't have autographed cards in that set, so it hurt the set.
Yeah, man, that's so nuts. I love this. Like it like ever since coming to your shop, meeting you, and then now just like diving into it. Like it's just so. I legit had to give myself like last month. I realized like, all right, I'm spending a little too much money on this stuff. Like I gotta just take some time off. So like for Christmas, I put on my list the top or are they top loaders? What are the magnetic close ones?
One touches.
Those my Christmas list, I put the case that can put all of those in it. Because like right now I keep all my stuff in old tin lunch boxes. So I put, hey, I need something I could just put them all in. So that was on my list. The empty top loaders to put cards in is on my list. And then I've also it reignited my going back for wrestling cards. Like I have Shawn Michaels I have those, but then like now I'm searching for, like I just said, I just got that Eddie Guerrero red. And there's so many people out there, like they know who Dom is, yes, but like they don't stuff he's doing, he took from his uncle and his father, obviously, but there's just so many things that's like people don't know Eddie Guerrero, they don't know Jake the Snake. And so that me loving those guys is like, now I gotta go look for those cards because those are my guys.
Well, think about it. We look at Gunther right now. The person that I look at before Gunther, Dean Malenko. Like Dean Malenko was a beast. Like he was just a wrestler. He was like a two-move version of like Bret Hart for WCW, but he's just a pure wrestler like Gunther is. Gunther's just a fantastic wrestler. Dean Malenko, all of those guys are the Four Horsemen with Ric Flair and all those guys, Arn Anderson. I mean, that's like the original factions that were huge that led to like what we have nowadays.
Fair. Totally fair.
I love my wrestling. I'm a wrestling nerd. my mom she worked at KB Toys, and so she would always bring home
Oh,
like the
I haven't heard that
wrestlers.
name in forever. KB Toys. Oh, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Well, she just bring them home. I remember one of the Christmases that I went inside the closet and found them, and I found my Ultimate Warrior with the spring loaded back.
Yes.
I found my Tatanka with his arms out here. We lived in Torrance. I grew up. The lady who cut my hair across the street was Yokozuna's aunt, one of his aunts, and so he actually signed my figure before he passed away.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I think
Yeah,
it's also funny now when we were in high school, there were the people who you either were a wrestling fan or there were the people that looked down on you for being a wrestling fan.
hated it. They hated you. Yeah,
Which we didn't get. Cool, like this is ours, we're talking about it, like it's this thing. Whereas now it's blown up so big that everyone at least knows who wrestlers are. But even when
yeah,
you do come across a wrestling fan, it's like I said, depending who you say your favorite wrestler is and all that, like we can have a conversation. Like if I ask them right now and they say, well, their favorite wrestler to watch is Logan Paul for these reasons, but their all time is Stone Cold, okay, we can have a conversation.
sure.
But if they're in high school right now and their favorite's Logan Paul, okay, I get it. Come talk to me in 20 years.
Right. Yeah. We're no longer having this conversation. Yeah. We're just going to keep going. Yeah. If you're drinking a Prime Energy and you want to tell me that Logan Paul is your favorite wrestler right now, no, thank you.
No, thank you. I gotta
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the newer generation with it is pretty darn fun. Now Logan Paul is a fantastic athlete. I mean, some of the moves that he does is insane. That jumping off the ropes that him and Ricochet did, and
Yes.
that double clothesline.
Yep.
Come on, man. That
But
stole the show.
but here's the thing, and again, we're the old guys talk about it, but here's the thing. I don't ever see Logan Paul holding the championship belt and being the face of the company. He might be a
No,
placeholder and take it for a month while they're transitioning, but he's not going to have the longevity of a champion.
no, exactly. And if you're putting up like events like that where I'm like where the newer generation's like, yeah, but Logan Paul and Ricochet, they jumped off and did that. And they're like, yeah, but Undertaker threw Mankind off of a steel cage. Like
Twice.
twice. And then threw one onto Thumbtacks where his tooth went through his lip.
Yeah.
Like are we gonna compare like how rad like our generation was of these wrestlers that are just insane. Mankind not only had to play Mankind, he was also Mick Foley, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack. This Cactus Jack was one of the raddest, characters ever out there.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to speak with individuals now about like who their favorite wrestlers are. And I'm like, oh bro, like, Austin 316. And he's still relevant, obviously, because him and Kevin Owens had that match was just phenomenal for coming off of a farm and cracking some Steve Weisers. Damn it.
Or for us now, when the unveiling of the curtain and you find out like when there's a match and we didn't know watching it that Triple H's bicep was torn off, but he still had to finish the match. And I remember watching it when I was little, you didn't know that. Now you go back and you're like, oh crap, it happened right there. And he still has to do the match. And you're like, what the hell? This is nuts.
Or when they tell the story like Kurt Angle was knocked out and didn't know what was happening and then had to come back out, has no recollection of the match whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, so incredible.
Like that, which I understand the safety precautions and all the stuff we're doing now, but like that type of stuff isn't happening now.
No.
Like you guys, like, that's not happening. Or I can't remember how many years, it was a handful of years ago now, but you and me, like, there were honestly, and I respected Ric Flair and what he did, but I was never a Ric Flair guy, but I respected what he did. So would him and Shawn Michaels have that match and Shawn's getting ready to kick him and they show Shawn tell him, I love you, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm getting fucking teary-eyed watching this.
You bring up a good point with that because I never understood Ric Flair. Like I've never the respect that he gets from so many people. I never understood it. Like I watched forever with that. I was a Hulkamaniac. Like but I was more on the side with like the Macho Man side. I was the Ted DiBiase. I was all of those guys. Flair to me was just Flair. Like I don't know. Like I don't get that whole like the allure of him, like the aura that he gave off. It never resonated with me. I wasn't on that side with it. When he was with the faction of stuff, that was fun. When he was with Batista, when he was with Triple H,
Evolution,
and Randy Orton, and they're doing Evolution, dope. That was fun. by himself, the styling, profiling, the limousine riding,
But he
never
had
really
that,
got it.
the fact that the Triple H's, the Shawn Michaels, the guys I'm idolizing and looking up to, the fact that they looked up and idolized him. Okay, that's why I respected him, but I'm not
Get it?
tuning in to see a Ric Flair match.
No, and you're right. When Shawn Michaels said, "I'm sorry," and Ric Flair is telling him to bring it on, oh, tugged at my heartstrings.
Dude.
I was like, oh man, that's gonna be a beautiful, kick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I think
absolutely.
those are the things I think fans today missed out on, because things like that, they're never happening again. Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, the first one, phenomenal match. Some would argue greatest match of all time. And then when he's at the Slammy Awards and he's giving that, and he's like, I want one more. You're like, yes, we want one more. And then the next one's great. And then when Triple H comes out and he wants to get revenge for, at no point were you like, come on, you were like, let's do this now. Let's go. Like
Right.
those moments aren't, I don't think, can happen anymore.
No, and there's things like I look back at too, like 1-2-3 Kid beating Razor Ramon,
Yeah.
him running in there in New York and stealing that. You're like, who is this little nerd that just pinned the bad guy? That's not supposed to happen. Or Kurt Hennig getting power bombed on a car in New York City by Diesel.
Yeah.
Like, it's just things that, like, you don't see Mr. Perfects. I don't know. Like, of course, I sound old saying that, and there's a different generation, but damn, these characters were you think that's just them. You think Kurt Hennig, he just walks around his house throwing a towel behind his back and catching that sucker.
Yep.
That's the perfect plex was what we did in the pool. I'm either giving somebody the razor's edge or I'm perfect plexing you into the pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or when Kevin Nash Diesel threw Rey Mysterio like a lawn dart into the side of the trailer, like what are we doing? Like, you were legit, like, knowing these are human beings, you were like, damn. But that one thing happened and it was great. Whereas, like, now you get Darby Allin taking back suplexes on the steel stairs off the top rope. It's like, no, you only need one whole shit. I don't need you to do 17 of them. Like, calm down.
Right, because they're all just blurred together.
Yeah.
And we're like, that guy's the it's at a certain point you're like, you're just trying to hurt yourself here, buddy. Like, that's crazy talk. Yeah.
So they wrote LA Knight off. I'm speculating he's coming back and winning the Rumble.
Dude, no, I don't know. Do they? I don't think so. I think Roman Reigns, because they're gonna have to do something with CM Punk and the championship. See, I don't know if they're gonna wait all the way until WrestleMania to have Seth Rollins. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be, are they gonna keep the belt on CM Punk so he can main event WrestleMania as a champion? Like, that's one because they had to streamline it with Seth getting injured.
If they do that, if they keep it on him, do we get a replay of him, Seth, and Roman?
No.
Or okay, then
I think that was too cinematically great.
Then
do
we get another Cody Roman?
I don't want that.
No,
I'm so bored of Cody Rhodes.
This is why Roman can't win the Rumble.
But if you look at the end of War Games, though, when Roman was standing there and he was like kind of shaking his hand and he was looking over at the other guy, he was looking at him and said, we're never gonna partner again. And like he shakes CM Punk's hand, but they stared at each other for a little bit longer. Yeah. I think that was leading up to something, because you can't have Roman not in a championship storyline unless he's doing something with the bloodline. Like, he's too big to come back every week with the expectation of something. And then you think about, like, who else are they going to put on a title right now? It's just, so there's nobody.
Let's say at the Royal Rumble, it's CM Punk and Roman Reigns are fighting for the title at the Rumble. Okay, so now Roman's out of the Rumble. So now who's in the Rumble that's going to win it? This is why I think it's going to be LA Knight. I think that's why they're writing him off.
Yeah, I know that they're writing him off to give him a big push because they want to keep like his height up there. But I also think, like, you have to bring the new guys in, like Braun Breaker, who's going to have a title shot with it. But I think he's going to have multiple title shots. And I think Braun Breaker, truthfully, will get the belt. It could be this year. I think putting a belt on that guy is the same thing they do with Gunther. They put the belt on him, which catapulted him into this, stratosphere with it. I don't know, man. I would love them to do something different. Just throw us a curveball. And realistically, I don't watch the Royal Rumble to see who wins it. I watch the Royal Rumble to see who comes back.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
That's why we all watch it. See
I
whose
want
music hits.
Y2J to come back. I want him to come in there. I know Edge is supposed to become a free agent soon. Like
Yeah.
I would love to see these dudes all come back to WWE. Chris Jericho, he man has a 6-pack right now.
Yeah.
Like he goes from like big boy Jericho to all of a sudden it's like, damn, Jericho's ready to get down.
He gives us old guys hope.
No, right? Yeah, one day.
One day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Edge coming back. Like that's the thing is when they were doing they were gonna announce LA had a secret person and it was Dolph. Blew my mind.
Right.
I was off the couch. I was excited. Like I love when we get those win or lose. I don't care. I like that he's here. So like Jericho coming back. He's not winning the Rumble. I'm just glad he's here. But then to the other thing you said, when they put the title on Jey Uso, like I wanted, okay, let's run with this, and they didn't. Way back when they put it on Kofi, Kofi had it for what, like 2 weeks, and they gave it back to Brock. Like that irritates me. Is how you said, bring up like there's other guys out here that deserve this too, and I don't get why they don't push that. They always pivot back and forth between the same handful of guys. And there's guys like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins does not need a championship belt to be Seth Rollins.
No, Seth freaking Rollins commands the arena. When he walks in there, we're all singing the Seth Rollins song.
I think it's for let's say the Ric Flair 2.0. I was that way with Cody. Again, I respect his dad. I loved Goldust. I get it. But then when he left, then he came back and there's this whole mystique with him and he's going to be the guy to beat Ray. I was like, what? No, Roman should smash this guy and let's continue. But then they put the belt on him and I'm still like, okay, because I don't need him having the belt. Like I'm not a Cody Rhodes. I respect, but I'm not a fan.
With that, like, what is Cody without the belt though? Like I don't want to hear him talk without the belt. Like I feel like he's like the poster child for WWE right now. So, like, what other matches do you put him in that's not belt related that makes sense to him? I think that's going to be the problem that WWE is going to have in the future with it. When he doesn't have it on him, he's irrelevant. Like when he didn't have the belt on him, they had to put him back in the storyline to make him shoot back up again. You got to put him against Cena and have him take the belt off Cena. Cena has to pass the torch back to him, get Cena out of the heel turn, back into it with Cody Rhodes as the good guy, the babyface versus babyface. And then you give him back the belt. Now he's more relevant again, right? And then you have him, and that's who it was with the tribal chief when he said we're never going to pair up again. I mean, I still think that Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns championship match when the ring broke when Lesnar came out with the truck and picked it up.
Yep.
One of the best matches. Apparently, that match went off script numerous times. I thought that was one of the coolest matches I've ever seen.
Yeah. Fair. That being said, and I know I'm digging on Cody. However, that Cody John Cena match was one of the best John Cena matches I've seen in 10 years.
Because Cody carried him. If you watch John Cena, he still calls out the moves. He's very much like he's like, all right, here we go, and he's very big on that. If he's tag matches, he'll call out what's happening in the match before it happens. He's very much that guy. But it was a fantastic match. I don't know. I feel like I'm over Cody right now, and I want these younger guys to get their opportunity to keep on shining.
Yeah.
And Cody takes up 15 minutes of an episode where I'm like, oh, like stop talking. We know what you're gonna Cody cutter him. You're gonna win this one. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And I think also the differences are his entrance being a spectacle and all this, like it's cool. But then when you get the tribal chief and that music hits and he slow walks out, like there's a difference between earned and forced. And I think that's what it is.
Right. I mean, it's when the tribal chief's music hits it and the slow walks out there, it's an Undertaker feeling where you're like, damn. You're like, yeah, it's really cool. With Cody, you get a pop with a whoa, like that's fun. It's fun to chant along, and in different countries they sing the entire thing, which is so rad to hear. But I think it's I just think Cody. I think Cody has kind of played it out. I don't know where he goes from there, truthfully.
And
I
then
don't know
I
what I
also
don't know what
have
they do.
I have speculation of, so the theater I work at, we had NXT there once, and it was the final NXT of the Street Profits when they were leaving.
Uh,
And watching Montez Ford live, I was like, that dude's gonna blow up. He comes to WWE, and it felt like he got almost to the sun, and then they did nothing with him. I think he's the masked man going on right now. I think it's going to be Montez Ford, and he's finally going to get his push.
I don't think he's tall enough. I think it's gosh, I hate him. I
Austin
dislike him.
Theory.
I think it's Theory,
I don't. That does
unfortunately.
nothing. I like, and I've seen speculation, but for me, like that mask comes off as Austin Theory, I'm going to feel let down.
Oh, I think everybody will. I think Montez Ford is taller than Austin Theory, and I feel like he was taller. I don't feel like he was tall enough to be Montez Ford. Would that be amazing to see and a swerve to everybody? Absolutely. I think that would be fantastic. I was thinking about that. You know who I want to see in the main event? Not in the main event, on the main roster is Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
You say
I,
his name and he appears.
that's my
Damn
thing.
it, that's
Is
so good.
no one is mentioning him, and
No.
he isn't really on NXT or Ring ever. Like I told, it could be him.
Yeah, when they signed him to the main roster, that's
That's
out there. They signed him, so
so. That's my
you
thing.
know
Is
he
and
could.
all the dirt sheets, everything is saying, oh, it's Austin Theory, Montez Ford. That no one is saying Joe Henry. That's my.
No,
But again, when we were little, and they would do the vignettes, and
yeah,
remember when Roman Reigns, the bad guys come with the toothpick, all that, and then that dude shows up. Or sometimes they would just see these mysterious things, and someone would show up. Or when Y2J was showing up, and it was the countdown, and it was like, what the hell is this? And then boom, I think this would be a phenomenal entrance for Joe Henry. Like a guy like me, I don't know who that guy is. I just
yeah,
know people are making noise about him. People talking about he showed up and fought Randy, so people make noise about him. If this is his entrance, oh, I'm in. Let's go.
yeah, yeah.
If
I think if they do it with Austin Theory, I think personally they're making a mistake with it because they've tried many things. Vince McMahon tried to shove him down our throat and it just didn't work. I think they tried to put him with Waller and that whole thing didn't work. The something down under, whatever the heck they were calling it,
A Town Down Under AIDS or
A
something.
Town down, yeah.
Yeah,
So I it has to be somebody athletic like that. How they climbed over the cage.
quick
It's got to be
too.
somebody like quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was impressive. That was actually really impressive. And then the foot stomp, they're trying to make it seem like Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins is not climbing that thing that quickly
no,
at all. And they're
and it
trying to
would
say like
make it
Dean Ambrose is back.
that the mask comes off and it's Seth Rollins. Like again, does nothing.
Zero.
So
For
it
the
can't like
vision type situation,
yeah,
all
there's
that
no
does is set back Braun Breaker. All that does is set back what's his name that does the
the
splash?
tsunami. Yeah,
Bronson Reed.
there you go.
So all that does is set those guys back again. And you can't do that to those guys. They're
Not
on a
right now.
trajectory right now. You have to keep them hot.
First off, Braun Breaker, terrible wrestling name.
Dude, terrible wrestling name. Best spear in the game, though. Best spear. He
Yes,
catapults himself,
yes,
just flatlines
yeah,
people.
yes, agreed.
It's so rad to watch him do it. And when he goes running around the ring or when he bounces off the ropes,
Yeah, fair, fair. Uh, I still. When is Montez Ford getting his shot? Like, I think that dude has the potential to be the next Rock. His expressions, his wrestling, like everything he can do. And I feel like, and maybe there's some behind the scenes stuff, but it just at some point, it just seemed to go like, here we go, here we go.
well,
I was expecting a rocker style breakup, like those guys are falling out, and here we go, and then
yeah.
nothing.
Well, and I think that they were trying to do that, and I'm not sure what happened with it because Uncle Howdy was starting to come out with them. All of a sudden, that went away. So
Yeah,
I don't know what happened with Uncle Howdy and them splitting them up, but all of a sudden they just went off the TV,
yeah,
off air. I don't understand what they're doing with that storyline because that would have been a rad storyline as well with them against the Wyatt Six.
yeah. I do like the Wyatt Six. I like how they have the Undertaker aspect. They're not there every week. They show up
Yeah,
every once in a while, but when they show up, it is like, oh, here we go. Like they're here. Like
yeah,
they need to keep that like that. We don't need that oversaturated. Make it an attraction. Make it be like, oh, lights went out. What's going on?
yeah. One of the ones that I wish they would have really pushed more, made them a powerhouse was the Viking Raiders when they came in. Like they should have been like that team that just walked through people. They were Ivar. I mean, the athleticism from like Ivar and stuff was just insane. What they're able to do with those guys.
They could have been the new version of Legion of Doom.
Oh, what a greatest tag team. Yeah, absolutely. They could have.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's again, we talk about that like entrances and stuff like that, but when they did like, oh, what a rush.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew what was about to happen. Like
or when Ultimate Warriors music would hit and he'd sprint to the ring.
And the dude's already tired by the time he's getting in the ring.
By the time he gets to the ring.
That's brutal. But we never have moments like that. I feel like we don't have those moments anymore. Like with Lex Luger slamming Yokozuna on the USS, you know, on Independence Day. Like we just don't have those kind of moments anymore. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like those moments nowadays that the younger generation is going to look back to when they're our age and go like, oh man, do you remember when that happened? Like there's Logan Paul holding a camera and jumping off of it onto the table. I mean, I hope that's not what we're going to remember.
Yeah. I mean, that was cool, but it's not a moment.
Yeah, it was dope. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's why when you said that about the moment, I was like, I can't think of, because my brain instantly goes back to when the NWO promos would play and you were just like, what is this? Or when Eric Bischoff was calling out Vince McMahon, you were like, what's going on? Or when we were all watching on Monday and Shane showed up on WCW, it was like, what is happening? Those don't happen anymore.
No, they really don't. And people who are supposed to win lose, like that's just so much fun when that type of stuff happens. Or, you know, the casket matches, when the casket opens and it's somebody else inside the casket and popped out on them.
Yep.
Like it's just things like that were just so much fun. And I don't think we get those like holy crap moments as much anymore as I feel like we used to get back then. And I think they come around sometimes and we get excited about it. And I think that's where like the whole final boss thing was happening. And then the whole bloodline, we were getting more moments like that where we're like, oh damn, we need to watch every week as like a soap opera to see what is happening with this.
Yes.
Once that's gone, now it's like, I can watch it on TikTok. I can watch like the highlights of what happened today.
Yep. Fair. And I feel like in the last handful of years, the women's division has fallen off. Like there was a point when it was like, boom. And now it's just move along.
I think it's because they try to push people like Charlotte Flair down our throat. And I think it's because they take the opportunity to put people like Ronda Rousey over and they make her this superstar untouchable. And then she comes out just talking shit about WWE. Then comes back and wins the title again. And there's so many of these girls that are good. I just don't think that they know how to advance their characters. You know, like you bring people back like Trish Stratus. Why? Like, why does she need to do that? Like, what is that doing for any of these younger talents? Or even the championship match that they just had with the Bella. Like, what did that do for Valkyria? Like, what did that do for her at all?
What did that do for me as a fan? I don't care.
I didn't care about that match at all.
No.
What I want to see is I want to see Alexa Bliss get back in the title reign. Yep. I want to see Alexa Bliss with the Wyatt Six and mind controlling them. Yep. I want to see, these girls build. I want to see the mental break of Bayley. I want to see a split personality Bayley of being like, let me get the hug. And then just like Bayley to Bayley, the person. Like, I want to see dope things like that happen. That's just not in the writing for them, unfortunately. I don't know. I hope so. I hope it does because they have some incredible. Why does Jade Cargill have a belt? Like, what are we doing? She's one of the most dysfunctional wrestlers that I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, put the belt back on Bianca. If anything, she's a freak athlete.
Yep. We were talking about the kids when she was in 4th grade, 5th grade. They had to do presentations of people that inspired them over. My kid legit dressed as Bianca, bought a ponytail, had to make the poster board, and then you went to their school and walk around and like, to me, like, this person's being Alexander Graham Bell on the telephone. Like, but you get to my kid, she's got all this WWF stuff. She's Bianca, and like she'd done the research of the track star, like all this, and like that's what I'm like. Her or like for me, my hands down Michael Jordan for women is Natty. Like I love Natty Hart. I will never not.
Who doesn't get the push. And
At
she's
all.
coming back as Natty. She's not
Yeah.
coming back as Natalia. She's
No,
coming
she's
back
coming
as
back.
Natty.
Yep.
And never got the respect and push that she truthfully needed. But I think what screwed that up with her too is Total Divas. I think when
100%.
Total Divas came out, I think that really hurt her image. And if they would have left it as the Hart Foundation, as in the basement, they're just brawling down there, and they let her have that side, that would have been amazing. Total
100%.
Divas came out, and people started hating her. They started hating on her, and then her dad unfortunately passed away, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and it changed the perception of her, where people didn't care about her at all. What they cared about was Lana. They started caring about her because her and Natty got in the big fights on the TV shows. All of a sudden, Lana was more popular. She's getting all this crap on there. So I think WWE went with like the blonde hair, big boobs, trying to get the ratings instead of the girls that were like wrestling, just really wrestling and
Yep.
doing very well.
Yeah. Or like we mentioned, Bailey. Bailey's up there too. She's one of the top performers to watch. Like when she's
So
in there,
good.
you're watching. Her promos are good. When she was Hugger, she was good. She did the switch. She's good. Like when she's there now, she's just fun to watch. And I think it's also, you can see she doesn't care who she's wrestling, main eventer, an NXT person. She cares like John Cena cares. Let's just everyone make this business better.
Yeah, when she came out with Dakota and Io I was like, it was insane when she came back. It was incredible. And right now, I don't think they know what they're doing with her, and I think that is kind of just ruining her character by they try to do a split personality, and then they all of a sudden don't do anything for 1 week, and we're like, wait, weren't you just going crazy on that last episode?
You guys just do this promo, and now she's standing here. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that they're confused on what they're doing with a lot of the women talent, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, this is why it's so fun to be a wrestling fan, though.
I love it. I love it. I guess I'm going to tune into it every time on Saturday and every time on Monday and Fridays. Yeah, absolutely. I am a Raw fan over SmackDown though, which I always have been. I've always enjoyed Raw over SmackDown. It's funny to see them like do the draft, and they'll put, back in the day, they put The Rock on SmackDown because they needed the ratings over there. Didn't really care. I'd watch Raw, and then I'd see Eddie Guerrero come out on Raw, out in his lowrider, and I'm like,
yep,
like I'm good to go. I'm good to go with Raw. I'm cool.